V1, rotate, V2, gear up, and we're live. Hi all, Phil from Staff Travel Voyage back again with yet another Inspire Yourself podcast. And let's face it, that's what we need at the moment, a bit of inspiration, something to look forward to. So today's subject is when and why is the airline industry going to boom? Because it is. It might not seem that way at the moment, but it is. Rest assured, we're very compassionate and understand what everyone's going through at the moment, and thinking ahead seems a bit difficult. But I think what you're going to hear is going to uplift you and give you inspiration of what is to come. Okay, so let's bring in Tony Baneka. He's a Boeing 777 captain from Emirates, based in Dubai. So he's going to join us now, along with Julie Craven Benedette, flight attendant with American Airlines in Miami. So hi guys, how you doing today? Tony, how's it going?
I'm very good. Thank you, Phil. Thanks for having me.
How's life in Dubai treating you and your fellow colleagues, shall we say?
Okay, everybody's taking a little bit of strain at the moment, but everybody's optimistic and looking forward to getting back to work and back up to speed.
Yeah, so the general sort of feeling down, but are they starting to get a little bit of itchy feet and or how are they sort of sitting?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody's been sitting at home for a fair amount of time. Some of the guys are working, but everybody's really looking forward to getting up and moving again. There's been, what are we down? Probably about 5 or 6 weeks now,
Right. Okay.
where
Good.
people have been sort of half on, half off work. And, people are getting antsy and they want to get out and start traveling again. Everybody's waiting for the airlines to kick off and start again.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's going to
I
happen,
don't think it's going to be
it's
much longer and we'll be up and running.
yeah. I mean, we've got huge compassion, obviously, for everyone at the moment. It's everyone's in exactly the same boat or plane, should we say? So, but the idea really here is to try and put a bit of inspiration and a bit of a feel-good factor into the matter and look forward ahead. But anyway, sorry, Julie, how's life in Miami and how's it going? See, Julie, I'll just mention she runs an internal Facebook group within American Airlines, and she's got 25,000 members, I think, at the moment. So she knows 1 in 5 American Airlines staff. So she's got a good idea of what the general feedback is. So yeah, so what's the thoughts out there, Julie?
Hi Phil, how are you doing today? It's people are worried right now, but it's been quite a while. We've all been self-quarantining for about 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and I think people are starting to want to get out and travel and do things. Seeing, I guess, the end of the curve. It's done its thing. So a lot of people are starting to want to travel and go out, and we're still worried, but we're taking precautions,
Yeah.
and we wear masks at work. So everybody's ready to travel and go see the world again.
Good. Well, I mean, any American airline employees out there, don't forget to check out what's it called? We'll give you a quick plug there.
Oh, thank you. AA non-rev travel tips and adventurers. AA
Great.
non-rev travel tips and adventurers.
But I'm afraid you can only join if you're AA. But there's
So yeah,
25
feel free to join. It's a great group.
25,000.
Lots of travel tips out there.
Yeah, and she's looking to get up to 30,000 by the end of the month. So join her group. Anyway, so yeah, so you know,
Absolutely.
we're not undermining the situation in any way at all, but the reason for the name Inspire Yourself is to do exactly that, to get some inspiration going, some feel good factor, make everyone feel a bit better, and give everyone something to look forward to. So, particularly the question or the subject matter for today is when and why is the airline industry going to boom? Because what we're reading in the newspapers and seeing on the TV at the moment is nothing but doom and gloom, let's face it. And obviously, the airlines are in serious, serious trouble. But with any business, you have peaks and troughs. So the airline industry, without question, is in the worst trough it's ever been in since Howard Hughes invented the airline industry, whenever that was. So, um, but it will bounce back. It can't go any worse. Well, it might bounce along the bottom a little bit further, and we're all in for a bit of a rocky ride. So make sure your seatbelts are fastened, give your safety demonstration, Judy. It's going to be a rocky ride, but it's all going to bounce back. And I think, we'd all agree with that. It can't go anywhere but up. And if you think about it, you've got 8 billion people out there in the world that have all been stuck, that will have been stuck at home for 6 months, desperate to get out of the house and desperate to go on holiday. So they're going to be booking holidays just for the sake of it. You've got all the business travelers, you've got all the cargo that's going to need to be moved. So if anything, airlines are probably secretly out there putting orders in for new planes. And I heard Qatar the other day have announced back up to 85 cities as of the beginning of July, and actually looking to take on more staff in October, ready for the boom. So there is going to be a boom, and that's something to look forward to. So that's without question going to happen. I think one of the, obviously at the moment it's the jobs that are the concern, but the next thing that's going to be the concern is trying to get a standby ticket, trying to get a standby seat somewhere for next year for a couple of years, because all the flights are going to be full, and all the prices of the flights are going to be horrifically expensive. So that's really, what we think is going to happen. Well, without any question, I was talking to another international flag-carrying airline European director, and he said, we're looking at putting orders in for new aircraft from next year because we're going to have a shortage of aircraft. So, that's something to look forward to. I don't know, Tony, what your thoughts are out there in Dubai.
Well, Phil, obviously, we're all expecting it to bounce back relatively quickly once the all clear is given. Obviously, I can't speak for Emirates policy itself, but I'm foreseeing a big growth again from what we have now, coming towards the end of the year back into next year. And then it's going to be expanding, and it's going to be bigger and better, I think, than it was before this started. I see it expanding in a big way. And already the cargo flights, have, as you mentioned earlier, have increased substantially during this period. And I can't see anything but growth in the passenger capacity as well in the near future.
Yeah, absolutely. And Judy, your thoughts? Same sort of thing, really.
Yes, I mean, I think that there's going to be a big boom that's going to happen. Maybe the end of this year, but definitely next year. There's going to be a lot more people traveling. It's confidence is going to be back as soon as the all clear is given. Then I think that's when it's going to really be happen. There's going to be a lot more traveling going on. People's confidences are there. They're just waiting for the all clear.
Yeah, and I think when is that's how long's a piece of string. No one knows exactly when, but realistically, this is potentially going to be sooner rather than later. I think the UK announced that they're starting human trials on vaccines in June. They'll be ready for distribution in November. So, and I think if anything, these things are going to come forward. And imagine when a vaccine is announced, everyone's injected, and it's back to normal. It'll just suddenly be over, and everyone will be out the doors. None of this buying toilet roll paper, toilet paper manufacturers will be out of business, because no one will be hoarding toilet rolls. They'll be all out down the pub, down the restaurants, visiting the bathroom there rather than at home. So all the takeaway and delivery places, there'll be a thing of the past, because everyone will be wanting to go out for dinner. So, everything is going to turn around in a very positive way, and that's what we've got to look forward to, and feel better about it. But we've noticed a five-fold increase in bookings in the last week. So I think even in the last week, there has been a noticeable change in people's attitude, and I think that's a mixture of light at the end of the tunnel, the prevention measures, the lockdowns. These have all now started to prove that there is a reduction in numbers. So it can only get better and better. Vaccines are around the corner. So I know in Dubai you've got these, and the testing kits, you've got these drive-through testing kits, haven't you?
I believe they do, yes. I have not used one as of yet, but I believe the government's been extremely proactive with all testing.
Yeah,
the quarantine's been very transparent. The guys have been right on top of it. They follow technology by right up there. They're always right up there with technology. So whatever they can do to help, they have done.
No, there's been a lot of positive press about that. I noticed that, so that's brilliant. So as I say, we've noticed. We're not trying to just coin in on bookings. We've done our bit as well. We've delayed, we've got some incredible deals out there. We've got the hotels that have been down on their knees, giving us deals for our employees, for our clients that are just absolutely astronomical. They've all agreed on free cancellation, free changes. So, book something now for October, August, November. If for any reason Corona is still around, then you can cancel for nothing. You can postpone for nothing. You can get your deposit back. You don't have to pay us the deposit now either. So you've got nothing to lose, and let's have something to look forward to. So in the same line, and that's what's happening. We're finding a lot suddenly in the last week. Our bookings went up fivefold. So and continuing to do so daily. So that's good news. So it's showing that the confidence is starting to restore, and what we need to do. And I think everyone knows. I think a large proportion of airline employees work. Let's face it. I used to work for an airline 30 years ago, and I got the job because I wanted to travel the world. Okay, pilots are a little bit different. Okay, pilots want to fly planes, and that's absolutely fair enough. So you're in the job to fly the planes, but I know you like the concessions as well. But
I love the travel.
you love the travel. There you go. And you just told me just before we came on air there, you've been on 5 holidays of ours or something. I wasn't aware of that. So
I think it's
brilliant.
probably more like 10. More like
10. Grief. That's brilliant.
yeah.
So
My wife's
excellent. No, that's good. Well, thank you very much for your business, sir. So when I worked for the airline, and I'm sure it's the same now, and the airline I worked for at the time was Dan Air, so probably most people haven't even heard of them because they went bankrupt about 30 years ago. But anyway, I'd be asked down the pub, in the restaurant, with a group of friends, oh, Phil, you work for Dan Air, you travel everywhere, you fly everywhere, where do you recommend? And that's the whole basis of why we get these hotel deals. There's a reason why our deals are this price, and that is because they are relying on the airline employees to come and experience the product, get 50%, 30% off your food and beverage when you're there, have a cost price room, go home and tell the world. And you've got the ability to tell the world, tell 100 people, tell 1,000 people, and in turn they get the business. So there's a reason for these deals to be out there. So and now with free cancellation, free amendment charge, no amendment charges, no deposit to pay us straight away. You've got nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. Something to look forward to, and deals that are half the price they were before, which was already half the price they were before. So they're quite unbelievable. But there's conditions with them. So for example, we're now launching book ahead, think ahead, June to December check-ins, but you've got to make your booking by the 15th of May. But you can cancel it, and you can change it for nothing. So, and I know a lot of the airlines are doing that as well now. So if you want to go on holiday next year and you wait until next year as a member of the general public, you're going to have a problem because A, there's not going to be seats available, and B, the price is going to be sky high. So book now while the airlines are giving you the opportunity. They're abolishing the cancellation charges on non-refundable tickets. They're giving you the opportunity to change the dates if Corona was still there. So you've got nothing to lose. So what we need to be doing as airline employees is spreading that word. So we've got a mission going on at the moment, and there's a link to it at the bottom of this YouTube channel. Have a look at it. We're trying to get, and we're nearly there, over 1 million airline employees globally to get out there and say to the world's general public, listen guys, you listen to us, you ask us what we think about travel. So what we're doing now is booking something ahead. The deals are fantastic. You've got nothing to lose. You can cancel it if you need to. The same old story. And that will get literally billions. So if we have 1 million airline staff tell 1,000 people each, that's 1 billion with a B for Bravo, 1 billion people out there. will get this message. If only 10% of them take it up, that's 100 million people. The average airfare is $357. That's the average international airfare. So $357 times 100 million, my calculator doesn't, that's billions of dollars injected into the airline industry now when it's needed. Never mind the government support and selling off shares in the airline. The airline employees, message to the airlines, your employees can help you more than you think. Let's get them working for us, for all of us. It'll save their jobs. It will save the airlines. So that's something we can really do together. So spread the word. Let's work together. Let's get the world's airline employees together, getting out there. Julie, I know you've got over 1,000 people on your personal Facebook group. Get out there and say, and I know you've booked holidays. You've booked three or four holidays, haven't you, for the rest of this year? They're all there, and you can cancel them if you don't want them.
Plenty of holidays, yeah.
So tell everyone that, and they're going to listen to you, and they're going to book tickets, and that money is going to go straight into the airlines, and is going to save their and it's going to put billions of dollars in there. You just do the maths. Have a look at the page. It's underneath. There's going to be a separate podcast on it because it will be the biggest initiative by airline staff ever. So let's get there'll be bonuses for the airline employees, let alone being laid off. Let's get the employees themselves to actually get out there and save the day, and it's possible. Because there's over 10 million airline employees in the world. There's 65, the latest IATA figures, 65 million airline and other industry related companies employees in the world. Okay, so we've got about 1 million of them so far. So we're growing at an absolute rate of knots. So we can get out there and get 1 million of them on board, but we need your help and we need the airlines' help. Tell your employees to help you. Get out there and ask them to book ahead, and that's going to get money into the airlines. What do you think of that, Tony?
Yeah, absolutely, Phil. I think that's the biggest point of all of this, is to get the confidence back and everybody to start traveling again. The airlines are geared up and ready to go. They're just waiting for the go-ahead. Once everything, as Julie mentioned earlier, the curve's flattening out. Once that confidence starts, the airlines are ready to go. They want everybody to start flying again, and everybody's going to go on holiday. Everybody wants to get back to business. So I see a big boom coming. I don't think it's going to be much longer. I think everybody's waited patiently enough now. It'll be ready soon, and we'll be up and running again.
And Julie, you're up for that, for spreading the word?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think there's going to be a boom coming. People are going to be ready to travel, and they're going to be ready to go. It's just a matter of time. They're just waiting for the right time, which is now. It's coming, and as soon as everybody's confidence is back and they know it's safe to travel, it's going to be crazy out there. Everybody's going to be going on their holiday, business travel.
Yeah, and I think the important
mentioned,
the important thing now is to get them booking now rather than wait, because if you wait, it's going to be too late. Already we've got hotels that are saying, okay, you can have these great deals, but you've got to book them by the end of May. And then they're trebling in price because they know what's coming. So, okay. Well, I think we've probably all got the message. So, have a look. Spread this podcast, everyone. Spread this podcast to as many airline employees as you can. Underneath it is the link that they can all read of how they can help. And no one's in this for money. There's no money to be made. All we're trying to do is make money for the airlines, to help the airlines. We all need an airline industry. It's going to survive one way or the other. But why wait for the bantering going on between the government and the airlines and who's going to invest and who isn't? None of these airlines are going away for good. That's just not happening. We're not going back to the Stone Age. So, they'll be rescued one way or another. Yes, it's worrying at the moment, and yes, there's furloughing, and yes, there's people being laid off, but they're all going to be needed back again sooner than you think. So, but what you could do to help is get that message spread to the general public. Start booking now while the deals are so good. That's going to get valuable money into the airlines, and that's what they need now, and that's going to by default help everyone's jobs, So great. Okay, well, thanks very much for your time, and we'll catch up with you soon. Take care and stay safe, and good luck with your flying.
Thank you very much, Phil.
Okay, ciao for now. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. So, Julie, where have you been with us then? There's a competition then. I had no idea. This guy's been on about 10 holidays. He's almost up with you. Julie, you've been to Bali.
You're nearly there with me.
Well, yeah, Tony's wife's been 4 times to the Alila Seminyak. So, but if you want the Alila Seminyak...
Oh, really? Oh, I've been to Alila, but not Alila.
She loves Seminyak. She absolutely loves it. Her mom lives in Darwin, Australia, so it's a great central place for them both to meet, and it's always been the Seminyak for them. So yeah, 4 times she's been now. Phil mentioned a new deal, a deal coming up pretty soon, so she's already just told me now she's going to be booking that.
Well, see, Bali, particularly Seminyak,